Check the audio. It's time for the whoa. Testing. Testing. All right, cool. We're all good to go. So if you guys remember where we left off, we finally have the cabinet completely stained up. We have it fully assembled, and we have all the door panels sanded. We have all the hinges already bored on the side of the cabinet doors. The last thing we need to do is apply our finish. And I was debating on between lacquer and mainly lacquer. I was definitely wanted to clear coat on these, so it's either going to be a lacquer or a like a medium walnut Danish oil. But I decided to leave these doors raw or raw in color. We're going to actually end up putting some Odie's oil on it. And the cabinet, since it's already been stained, I think it's been stained for at least like 2 or 3 days. So this is ready to get the Odie's oil applied. Kind of almost wish I could have done the inside before I assembled it so I can actually use my buffer. But unfortunately, I'm going to be doing the inside by hand. There we go. This streamer. First thing I need to do is change out the pad on my buffer. Odie's oil can either be applied by hand with a white applicator pad or a standard buffer. For anything large and flat, I typically opt for a buffer just because of the time it takes. Where did you put my razor blade? I'll let my nephew use my razor blade and my scissors. I don't know where either one of them are. Luckily, I have a chisel. And if I have it correct, the wool bonnet is for application and the microfiber is for removing. So if you're doing it by hand, you end up using a white Scotch-Brite pad to do your application and then come back with a clean rag. In this case, we're going to be using the bonnet on the buffer. And as far as the application, it's actually fairly simple. This jar is almost empty. First thing you want to do comes almost like it's running out right there. Doesn't really take much. It's already fairly, I guess, viscous. It's almost like peanut butter or like honey, I guess. Smells really nice. You just want to give it a good stir. And then again, whenever you're using electric tools to apply it, you definitely want to saturate your applicating pad, being the bonnet. So I'm take, so again, it's not allowed on the edge of the stick, but I'm going to smear that onto the applicating pad. And this is probably more than enough. I probably can do the front and the back with how much I'm slapping up there now. And I'm just going to put a dab on the front and scoop up this little bit I spilled right there. Definitely want to get me a better buffer. This one does okay. I probably should clamp this to the table, but I'm just going to kind of use my stomach to hold it in place. I actually do need to clamp it. And what would be the best way to do that? Probably bench dogs. That's secure. And then comes the unfortunate part, which is all the small spaces that you can't quite get with the buffer. So you're going to have to use the applicator pad to finish up those areas. pretty much this inside corner along the face of the actual door. Gonna get a little bit of oil on the pad. We're also going to have to use the same pad to the inside of the actual TV stand itself. So you want to get this nice and saturated. I like to put some on the inside, kind of fold it over, squeeze it out. And once it's saturated, it's able to go a long way. And you could wear like a blue nylon gloves for this. But again, Odizos are all natural finish. So you're not going to say you can practically eat it, but there's no harmful VOCs or any chemicals or anything else. It's like off gassing from it. So perfectly fine to get some on your hands. One of the reasons why I love it, and it smells really good. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for joining in. And for reference, let me show you guys the unfinished door, and I'll show you guys this one up close. This is the ash before the finish. And then after it's been finished. And again, I still have to buff it off and remove the excess, but you want to let this sit for about 30-40 minutes before you come back with the other pad to clean off the rest. All right, now I gotta do the actual cabinet carcass, and then I can go in the back and we have to mill up all the shelving material. The shelves are just gonna be some more glued up ash. But I think this looks really awesome. You're gonna make for some really nice doors. Let's just take a step back and look at what it looks like. We have recycled ash for all the doors, blackened ash stain for the actual cabinet carcass with a mahogany strip running around the middle. We're going to see how much the mahogany actually pops once I actually add the finish to that, which we're about to tackle right now. Let's see, probably tell me where the best place to put you guys for this. I think this might be the best setup. We might actually do the inside first. That's going to be the most labor intensive part. And again, I want to try to get as much of the inside with the buffer as possible. So let's just put a dab. On each one of these little banks. We'll hit the whole inside as far as we can get it with the buffer, and then we'll switch over to finishing up with the Scotch-Brite pad. All right. That's also why I do hate this buffer, though. This cord is absurdly short. I essentially have to hold the actual power strip with the cord at the same time. That right there sucks more than the router sled. Also, I want to get a new buffer. I'd imagine a better one will have less vibration in the head. All right, though, but that actually can get fairly close into the corner, so that won't be too bad to actually come back and do by hand. I'm gonna get this last wall, then I'm gonna flip it completely over. I'm gonna get the back panel, the top sides, and we're gonna do the fun part of actually buffing everything out by hand. I guess I can kind of actually give you guys a close up as well. So again, you can see clearly like where the finish starts and where the pad couldn't get quite into the corner. But again, I think the finish actually brings out the color of the mahogany a lot better. But yeah, that's what the hand buffer is going to do. That's going to allow me to get in here and get all these corners and crevices. Buffer just to kind of save me a little bit of elbow grease, even though it feels like my hand is being ran over by a truck. Let's flip the TV stand over and continue on the other side. Huh? That's it for this for right now. The rest of this is all muscle. Elbow grease. Well, until I get to the outside, I can use the buffer again, but I'm able to get to everything because, it's the outside. There's no tight inside corners that I can't quite reach. So if you guys are looking like right here in this corner, you can see where the finish hasn't been applied. We're going to take the white Scotch-Brite pad, make sure we get all the inside corners. Come all the way down here along the back. And just get everything that the buffer couldn't quite get. I can't quite get you at the right height. Whew. All right, that's 2 out of the 3 banks. Now I gotta flip it over and do this actual bottom panel, but the inside is just about done. And then I'll let it sit for 30, 40 minutes. And I have to come back and buff the excess oil off. All right, just gotta flip it and do the bottom panels. Then I gotta do the outside. I'm done with all the tight corners. All I gotta do is buff out the outside. Then I can finally wash my hands and let this sit for the next 30, 40 minutes. All right, flip this over one more time. Then I can set this aside and let it sit up. Let me get in the back and start milling up all the door panels. All right. think that it's gonna look awesome once I buff off all the excess. And maybe apply a coat of paste wax. And the same for the doors. Now I need to wash my hands, then we're gonna head to the back of the shop so we can mill up all the actual shelves. Give me a hot sec. My hands are dirty. Oh, just saying my hands are dirty. Clear some of this off. So what we have for the shelving are some glued up panels of ash. These are also going to get stained black to go on the inside of the cabinet. So the first thing I got to do is actually just run them through the planer. And I believe these were book matched when I did them. Yes. So these are resawn from the same board. So the grain is actually book matched or mirrored on both sides. So rather everything is plain down and it gets stained, I think it's gonna make some really nice simple shelves. So let's get all these plain down and flat, and then we can cut them to their final lengths, do a little bit of sanding. I might go ahead and stain these, and then by then it'll probably be time for me to go ahead and buff off the excess of the oil on the other on the actual cabinet. No, just got a splinter.
I'll save that one for you.
Sure. Here we go. A little snack. That should be good. All right. They're all planed down to the proper thickness. To look good, you can't quite see the seam in between the boards. That glare will go away. There we go. Now I need to cut these in length, sand them up, and then I can go ahead and stain these black, and they'll be ready to be installed inside the actual cabinet. One thing I do need to do is snag measurements for the width of each one of the shelves. I plan for 2 on each section. I think the 2 sides should be about the same, and the middle should be a little bit smaller. We got 15 and a half, 15 and a half. That's 15 and a half all the way down. And yeah, 15 and a half all the way down. So I think I'm going to probably give it, I don't know, 3/16. So we'll probably go 15 and 5/16. We'll probably make a good enough shelf. It should be able to play, left and right. And for the middle, that is 17 and an eighth. So 16 and 15/16. We need 4 of one and 2 of the other. So we're going to set up our stop blocks here on the miter saw and batch those out. And then all we have to do is sand them up and apply our finish or our stain. Finish will have to be tomorrow after the stain cures. Get enough stuff out the way. First one we're going to set up for is the, 15 and 5/16. I also think it'll be pretty nice because each one of these boards are book matched. Once they're stained, you're not really going to be able to see it, but since there's going to be 2 out of each one of these planks, the 2 shelves on each one of the sections will all match. So the 2 shelves on the left will be cut from the same board. The 2 shelves on the right will be cut from the same board. If anybody ever looks really close, they'll be able to notice that little detail. Is there any planer snipe? How long this is? All the snipe seems to be over here, so I just cut out the snipe and I'll measure from there. And what we want is 15 and 3/16, 15 and 5/16. So we spin it around. You guys see the stop block. Let's switch you guys back a little bit. And then we just line our mark up. with the blade. And my stop block won't quite reach this, so I need to add a piece of scrap wood right there. And take a piece of that right there. And now I have a repeatable stop. And I need 2 more of those. And one of the benefits of a flip stop, I can just flip it up out the way. And then square off this end and keep going. I see the cleaner snipe. I can cut all that off. And then the last two will be 16 and 5/16. I mean 16 and 15/16. All right. All right. Now we need to sand all of our shelves for our TV stand. All right, let me move the TV stand back over here. All right, now we got some room. I'll leave this on the table. Some of these, I have that little crack right there to fill. So my tape and CA glue will take care of those, but I'm gonna double check all those before I actually get into the sanding process. Be a bit of a waste to sand everything and realize that you got to fill something. Okay, just a piece of tape on the back side, and then I'm gonna fold that up. CA glue is normally a really great option for gaps and cracks, especially on wood because you can make it look a knot. But even more so, I'd say in this case, because everything is going to stain black. This one looks good. That one's good. And I got to do this one too. Also, you guys really can see that grain match or book match on all the panels side of this way. You can see how the grain is completely mirrored right down the middle to get that little wavy shape right there. Okay. How the grain is mirrored on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you fold it up like a book.
Oh, that's cool.
It's called. Yes, it's called book matching.
That's so cool.
But once you stain everything black, you probably won't see none of it. Alright, now let the sanding begin. We can get these stained up. And then by tomorrow, I can put the finish on it, reinstall the hinges and everything else on the actual TV stand carcass. And we'll be cooking with gas. Be ready for an install and an unveil. And these are fresh off the plane. I'll probably go straight to 120. All right, gloves. Grab out the black stain. I really wish I knew where my nephew put my razor blade. Now, where's my stir stick? That one's too thick. Jesus, these are some of the tightest gloves. Then these are literally kid-sized gloves. Jesus Christ, that is tight. All right. You're going to change position just a little bit. I'm going to wipe these off, and then I can go ahead and flip them over and do the other side. After I get these wiped off, I can flip them over and do the other side. And then these shelves will be ready for finish tomorrow. I can do the final assembly of the TV stand. All right. That's trash. I'm gonna wipe those off, and then I can go ahead and start buffing off the actual TV stand and the doors. Then I can get these super tiny gloves off. All right, now the only thing left is to actually buff off all the excess Odie's oil on the actual TV stand. Oh, it's too big to sit up here. Just for the moment. And what we need to do is change our application pad. Now let me grab a rag and kind of give it a quick little hand buff. Thank you. And this is mahogany and ash. The ash has been stained black, and I left the mahogany clear, and it has an Odizol finish on it. We just finished applying the Odizol. It's been sitting for about 40 minutes. And now we just got to buff off the rest of the wax. But the main wood inside this whole entire cabinet build is ash. Thank you. Yeah, that's also why I didn't actually. Is it wall? Yes. It's actually wall mounted. It's going to use a French cleat. So it has a French cleat in the backside. Mount this strip right here on the wall. And that's going to slide in there just like that and hang. Once you screw this to the wall, you just hang the actual cabinet on it. And since it sounds like you just got here, I'll show you what one of the doors look like. The doors are made up of reclaimed ash, a whole bunch of really thin strips that we glued back together. And then the door itself mithers around the corner. And that's going to be the handle for the actual door. And this came out really nice. Give you something to grab, and it'll swing out. And again, all this is made from scraps and pieces that I reuse laying around the shop. So this is actually coming out pretty good. I'm gonna smoke me a quick cigarette, then I'm gonna buff out the inside, buff off the doors, and then that will probably be it for us tonight. I don't really have much else to do until I actually install the hinges, which I'll probably do that tomorrow once I can actually drop in all the shelves. But this project is almost coming to an end. One thing I can say though, I probably won't have them next to each other. I plan to actually build this exact same TV stand again, but instead of using a bunch of scraps, I have some walnut and some mahogany that I'm going to rebuild the same concept, and the doors are going to be the same. So it'd be nice to be able to compare the two against each other. All right, all I gotta do is buff out the inside though, and we are good to go. Come and get your love here. Drink some water. Whoa there, Missy. All right, just flip it over one more time. Then the only thing I'm gonna have left is the doors. All right, that's gonna be it for the day. Tomorrow I'll get the hinges attached, and then we can also install all of our shelving, and then this will be a completed TV stand. If you guys have enjoyed, please let me know down below. Smash that like button, leave me a comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.